Astrological forecast for November 2025 for representatives of the sign of Scorpio. November 2025 for you is a time of strength. Precisely in this month, a new moon occurs in your sign, which signifies the beginning of your new annual cycle. Usually this moment, the moment of the new moon in one's own sign, is felt as a reboot, as a change of scenery, as a change of lighting on the stage of your life. You will have a feeling that something elusive, but still, has changed in space. Moreover, in this month, almost the entire month, the planet Venus, the source of all joys and earthly pleasures, will spend precisely in your sign, which speaks of greater satisfaction with life, pleasure with oneself, speaks of a desire to live in pleasures, not in restrictions. Nevertheless, retrograde Mercury of November, it will be affecting the financial sector of your horoscope. And this can speak of some delays in receiving payments, or of a delay in payment that you are expecting from your clients, or the sums and terms of your financial agreements with other people or organizations may be revised. Many reflections about money, about financial well-being, about financial plans. All this will be brought to you by November. And in this month, you can make a decision that concerns precisely your financial well-being, your financial sources of income, and also the items of your expenses. In this month, you can make a decision, to the realization of which you will proceed a little later, namely in the middle of January 2026. That is, this month will bring you both reflection on the theme of finances and a desire to change something, correct, improve, adjust. But also here you will indeed make some important decision, which will concern either the source of your incomes or the items of your expenses. And you will proceed to the realization of this process already after the New Year holidays. The theme of partnership relations will be the second in significance for you with the theme of this month. And here again, some factors can arise, changing or correcting your joint plans. Plans in the sphere of personal life, plans with your friends, or plans that concern your business activity. Situations in the affairs of your partners, your clients, or your colleagues, employer, or your close friends. Situations in their affairs, in their life can exert an influence on your personal plans. And periodically it may seem to you that it is better and more correct for you to act alone. At the beginning of this month, it may seem to you that your physical form needs your attention. You will want to change something in yourself for the better, to engage in sports, or to update your wardrobe, to buy something for yourself. You will want to pay more attention to your external appearance and your physical and energetic state. November is a very favorable month for the sphere of personal life. You will be even more attractive and charming. You will want flirting. You will want romance. You will want communication with persons of the opposite sex. Let us discuss in more detail the most important astrological events of November and their influence on your sign step by step. On November 2, the planet Venus will be in a tense aspect, in a square in relation to the planet Jupiter. This is a day when you can pretend, create a picture that everything is good with you, but in reality you can be dissatisfied with the fact that you have to act not as you want, but to please some people, simply in order not to spoil relationships with them. It may seem to you that someone is pressuring you with their authority, their influence, and imposing their own rules of the game on you. On November 4, in the starry sky, the most tense astrological aspect of this month will form. This is an aspect of opposition between Mars and the planet Uranus. This aspect in your horoscope will be affecting your 2nd and 8th astro field, the financial and energetic axis of your horoscope. This day can be rather tense. Here much can go not according to plan. There can be disruptions in the schedule, in plans. There can be disruptions in the work of any electrical appliances. Since Uranus is the planet that symbolizes electricity and also symbolizes the internet. Therefore, this is a time when there can be disruptions in the work of habitual things for you. On this day, unexpected, unplanned events can occur, or you can receive unexpected news from afar. Yes, such an aspect, it can be a plus. It can give a breakthrough in affairs, such a radical turn for the better, especially in affairs that have not developed for a long time and seem to be stuck at one point. But more often such an aspect, it creates a sensation of nervousness, haste, and a desire to break out of constraining circumstances. On this day, it is worth avoiding impulsive spendings of your finances. And also this day can bring unplanned expenses, for example, on the repair of something. On November 5, a full moon occurs in the sign of Taurus in your 7th house of the horoscope. The full moon is completion, culmination, clarity, it is results, and the 7th house is the sector of partnership relations. Therefore, in the period of influence of this full moon, here there will be some significant events that are connected with your partnership relations. For example, on this day you can complete work on some joint project or work with some specific client. Here there can be clarity in affairs of your partner in your personal life, your close friend, or here there will be clarity in relation to how your cooperation with your employer or with some client or customer will develop further. That is, the full moon in this sector, it gives the completion of a certain stage of your cooperation with certain people, or clarity in your joint plans in the sector of personal life with your friends or your employer. On November 6, the planet Venus, the source of joy and earthly pleasures, transitions precisely into your sign, where it will be located right up until November 30. Venus symbolizes joys and earthly pleasures, and the transit of Venus through our own sign, which shows our eye, that image of ourselves that we show and transmit to the surrounding world. All this speaks to the fact that you will want to be even more beautiful, attractive. You will want to raise your level of satisfaction with yourself. This is a very good aspect for the sphere of personal life, and in general for the sphere of your interaction with surrounding people. Since you will be even more attractive, charming, you will be able to attract to yourself the needed amount of attention in order to agree on that which is profitable and convenient for you with any people, even with those whom we consider difficult. Venus also symbolizes profit, and this is a time when profit will come to you more easily than usual. And in general, this is a time when you will want to receive more pleasures from the world, from earthly life. You will want entertainment, you will want to spend money on yourself, and money in this period will come to you more easily than at some other time. There will be fewer worries about this and a desire to economize on something. On November 8, the planet Uranus, which symbolizes new life experience for each of us. Uranus briefly, right up until April 26, 2026, returns into your 7th house of the horoscope, the sector of partnership relations. To the influence of Uranus in this sector, you are probably already accustomed, since Uranus was located here since 2018. And then it briefly left this sector and now returns in its retrograde motion with a concluding visit. Uranus brings us new experience, and for you this is new experience in the sphere of relationships of different characters. And since 2018, in your life, probably many changes have occurred. For some, the new experience that Uranus gives could have played out through the sector of personal life, for some through the sphere of friendly interaction, and for some through the sphere of business cooperation. And now Uranus returns here with a concluding visit, and again, can bring you some new experience, new plots that are connected with the sphere of partnership relations. In the period from November 9 to November 29, the planet Mercury will be in retrograde motion, which will be affecting your 2nd and 1st astro field. Mercury symbolizes our thoughts, everyday matters, our close roads, and also questions connected with documents. And in the period of retrograde motion of Mercury, we usually redo something, re-register, we correct our mistakes or rethink something. Since now Mercury will be affecting your 2nd and 1st astro field, then you can revisit questions, some themes or tasks that are connected with money. And not only with money as such, but also with your effectiveness. You will ponder how resourceful you are, how self-sufficient, and also ponder what your money is spent on. What are the items of your expenses? Here there can also be some practical questions connected with money. For example, when you need to re-register an account, when you need to sort out some receipts, payments, with any financial questions, to correct something or to put things in order in something. On November 12, retrograde Mercury will be in conjunction with the planet Mars in your 2nd house of the horoscope. Mercury is thoughts, decisions, it is our logic, and Mars is the energy of strength. And the conjunction of these planets in the sector that for you is financial. This shows the moment of making a decision, which you will begin to carry out a little later, namely starting from the middle of January 2026. Here you can make a decision that concerns the source of your incomes and in general how your financial budget is arranged, organized. And on this same day, November 12, the planet Jupiter, the most generous planet of the solar system, turns into retrograde motion, which will last right up until March 11, 2026. Retrograde Jupiter, it gives an opportunity to additionally obtain missed luck by us. And since this will be affecting your ninth astro field, then this can give repeated cooperation with some people or organizations. This can speak of a period when you will be re-registering some documents. Also, this is a time when you can repeatedly study something, again visit some courses, or process the necessary documents for you. Also, this is a time that can give a repeated trip or repeated situations connected with friends or relatives of your partner in your personal life. In more detail about the influence of retrograde Jupiter on each of the zodiac signs, and about in what precisely you can expect luck in this period. About this, I will make a separate video. On November 19, in the starry sky, the second tense aspect of this month will form. This is an opposition between the planet Mercury and the planet Uranus. This aspect will be affecting your first and seventh astro field. This is the sector of partnership relations. And this is a time that can bring some unexpected or unforeseen events, an unexpected meeting, an unexpected call, unexpected information that you can receive. This day can bring disruptions in the schedule, in the timetable. Much can go not according to plan. Here there can be a sensation of haste, nervousness, and for this day it is better not to plan the resolution of some important questions and also to try not to argue, not to provoke any conflicts. This day can bring various surprises. There can be an unexpected meeting, a call, a gift, or a conversation that you did not plan, but it unexpectedly, so to speak, happened. If your birthday falls precisely on this day, then a whole year will be for you a year of pleasant surprises. On November 20, a new moon occurs in your sign, in the first house of your horoscope. This is the start of your new annual cycle, independent of on which precise day you were born. This is a day when you need to think about yourself, about your plans for a year ahead, and plans that concern precisely you and your personal desires, and not that which is needed or what needs other people have, even those close to you. That is, this day is precisely yours, and it is worth allocating time in order to compose your plans for a year ahead on paper. The day when a new moon occurs in our own sign gives us a feeling of a reboot, gives us a sensation that something has changed in space. We want to become at least a little, but different, to introduce some new details into our image. You will want to change something in your image, in your style, or change your role, for example, in a collective. On November 21, the planet Mercury will be in conjunction with the black moon in your sign. Mercury is thoughts, words, reflections, and the black moon is an energy that creates illusions, that confuses our thoughts. Therefore, on this day, attentiveness is needed both in relation to one's thoughts and one's words. On this day, there can be a tendency to extremes, or, on the contrary, to excessive shyness and silence. Throughout this day, one needs to attentively relate to one's thoughts and not completely trust that which you think about some situation or some person on this day. Everything can turn out to be completely not so. On this day, it is better not to make important decisions, especially hasty ones. And also throughout this day, other people may groundlessly accuse you of something. Accuse you precisely of that in which you would like to accuse them themselves. On November 24, the planet Mars will be in tense aspects, in squares in relation to the karmic lunar nodes. This is a very important aspect, which does not happen so often. More precisely, such an aspect, it happens approximately once a year, but an aspect the same as now. Affecting the same zodiac signs, the same spheres of your life. The last time such an aspect was on January 2, 2007. Mars on this day it finds itself at a fork in the road, just as we do with you. Mars finds itself between the past and the future. Therefore, all of us on this day may have a feeling of confusion, that we are standing at a crossroads and we need to choose a direction. We, figuratively speaking, need to choose whether to swim with the current or against it. On this day, you can as if decide what you will have enough strength and personal resources for. Since this aspect will be affecting the financial sector of your horoscope, then the choice that you may be making throughout this day can be connected precisely with your financial strategy. Questions of earnings, incomes, as well as expenses, first of all connected with your children or your hobbies. This can be a relevant theme for you for reflections throughout this day. Also here, there can be an important event in the sphere of personal life. On November 25, the planet Venus will be in conjunction with the planet Mercury in your sign, in the first house of your horoscope. This day can bring a pleasant event. This can be a pleasant meeting. This can be a moment when you manage to agree on something important for you, important and useful, and moreover agree on your own terms. Also, this day can bring a pleasant conversation, some get-together, or a purchase that is pleasant to your heart. On November 28, the planet Venus will be in conjunction with the black moon, again in your zodiac sign. This is a strong aspect that creates excessive desires. This is an aspect of fatal passions and indeed very strong desires when we are literally fixated on something, on the desire to obtain something. This day can bring you, figuratively speaking, a desire to join some game or intrigue. You will want to allow yourself that in which you usually restrain yourself. And this now will be correct for you. The main thing is to control the intensity of passions and emotions. On November 30, the planet Venus transitions into the space of the sign Sagittarius, into your second house of the horoscope. And this is a time that will bring you improvement in financial questions. And you will be more calm, you will feel more self-sufficient, and will feel your significance in whatever this may manifest. But in more detail about this, we will already talk with you in the horoscope for December. That is how, from the point of view of astrology, November 2025 will be. I wish you a wonderful, successful month, dear Scorpios.